You just made a decision that is going to permanently shift your entire life for the better. You are showing up in a way that you haven't ever, if not for a very long time. I'm getting the energy of like, we are so back. We are back. I think for a lot of you, you're starting to feel like yourself again after a long time of feeling lost, confused, depleted, and disconnected. And there's something that you just did, some conversation you had, some decision you made, some action you took that is pivotal in this next stage of your life. I see that you, by making this decision, you've been able to skip 5 steps that you otherwise were going to have to take. You now are going to get to skip and blow right past because you listened to your guides, to your higher self, to your intuition, and you made this decision. I want to pull real quick, I want to pull a couple cards here. I want to see what it is exactly. What is this decision? What is this action that you just took? So I'm getting this very clearly. For some of us, it could be different things, but it's like, I finished the previous video and I just was like, whoa, there was just a timeline shift or something. The High Priestess. Yes, you are listening to your intuition, to your guts, and shining your light and speaking your voice and seeing your power. And you're showing up in a way that is so much more aligned with your inner self, with your higher truth than you ever have before. It's like you're breaking out of like that hustle culture sort of energy. You're approaching what you do in a completely different way than you ever have before. And things feel more in flow. They feel a little bit easier because you're acting from that higher perspective, from that higher place. The High Priestess energy is like, it's been so relevant in my life. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. Wow. You have known for your entire life that you're destined for greatness. You couldn't explain it. You just knew it. You assumed everyone somewhat felt that way. They don't. You have always, I think, had this connection to your spirit, to spirituality, to like higher spiritual truths. Even if you were raised in a more traditional religion or non-religiously, there's always been something inside of you that kind of already knew. Like I'm getting, you already knew what they teach in spirituality. Like when you heard it for the first time, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like I knew that. That's like super obvious. Is that not common knowledge? Obviously we're infinite and we're here having a temporary experience, and obviously we signed contracts of what we're gonna do here. I mean, come on. Obviously there are past lives. Obviously there are aliens. Like there's these things that you have always assumed are true, and they are. And it's just been so obvious to you that I think you overlook how much of that is your intuition and your higher self able to come through into this vessel. You don't realize that for other people, it can be a lot more difficult to listen to these little inklings or to even receive them at all or have an awareness of them. And so there's a decision that you just made that came from this most empowered version of yourself, from your higher self. And like all your guides are celebrating. They're so excited. I want to also see a little bit more about what this is. 6 of Cups. Okay, so there's something from the past. You just made a decision in regards to something in the past. Maybe you let it go. Maybe you let it back. You know what it is? You just let go of something from the past. You released it. And that came from your highest, most aligned version. And there may be some people who don't understand that or who see it differently, but you, in your intuition, in your stillness, you know that you made the right decision. Page of Swords. Okay. So there's more information that's going to be coming out later that is going to validate and verify to you that you did in fact make the right decision. And everybody is going to be like, how the hell did you know that? But how'd you know that before everybody else? And you're like, I don't know. I just knew it. I just knew it, and I couldn't turn it off. Don't have any fear or second guessing about this decision you made, about this thing that you potentially cut out of your life, because this was exactly what you were supposed to do. This is exactly what you were meant to do. You rose to the occasion and you met it. The star. The star. Okay, so by releasing this thing, what I'm getting is that this thing was like an energetic parasite, draining your energy. It was part of an illusion, and it was telling you that it was your core power source, when in reality, it was siphoning your power source. It was stealing from your power source. And so by releasing this, you are then reconnecting to your truth, to your infinite wisdom, your infinite intelligence. And this is going to allow you to become the star. You're coming at things from a far more balanced place. You have 1 foot in the earth, 1 foot in the water. You're logical, but you're also deeply empathetic and attuned. And you've always been able to hold these two truths at once. And now by releasing this parasitic energy, there is nothing standing in the way of you shining. You are meant to shine. You're meant to shine so bright that I cannot see because the sun is so much in my eyes. That's you. You are the star. Wow. I love this energy. You are meant to share with the world the knowledge that you hold. It's like you're the keeper of some deep spiritual esoteric truths that you're meant to shine and share with the world. And by closing this loop, by cutting off this parasitic energy, there's like no stopping you. Okay, so we have the moon. So yeah, there were these shadows that you've uncovered, and right now it still feels like maybe a little murky, like you're like, I don't know about all that. You're like, okay, yeah, sure, I made this decision, I cut this thing out, I don't know about all that, I don't know it was this as deep as you're saying it is. It's just that this parasitic energy ran so deep, there was so many layers of illusion that you couldn't see. And so even right now when it's cut out, you have not even seen the full extent of which this was affecting your energy and affecting how you show up in the world and affecting how you interact with others. And so as it's like you released it, and we're getting everything to catch up. We're getting like that 3D body to catch up. We're sort of recalibrating now, because this was a big thing. This was a big thing that we cut out. And so as you allow that, more and more of how important and just how big this is going to come to light. The Magician, yes. And so I think that because you're this high priestess, you are the high priestess, you just have so much power that you cut this thing out that was siphoning it away. But your body, it's like you're so powerful that your body actually needs a break. It's like you have to tap into your full power in like spoonfuls, because otherwise it will be like way too much for your 3D body to handle. And so it's like the universe is spoon feeding you back your power, and it's going to build up and build up. And we know that we're at the beginning of a great journey. And by stepping into this magician energy, it's like you are truly going to be creating magic. You already are creating magic, but you are going to be blown away by just how powerful you actually are and how much you have the ability to change and impact the world around you. You have talents, gifts, and abilities that have been hidden from you, that have been kind of like disempowered, and that they're now going to be coming back online because you cut this parasitic energy out, and it is no longer able to suppress your power and steal it from you. And you know this, and you're recognizing it, and you are rising above that. You're rising. You're not going to be looking for revenge. You're not going to be angry. You are just like, you're just becoming the star. You're like embodying this huge energy. I can't believe how many major arcana cards we're getting. Yeah, this is huge. This is like, I swear I shuffled. Are you kidding me? Okay. So, wow. Okay, let me see what else can you tell me? What else can you tell me? 5 of Cups. Okay. So it is hard to walk away sometimes. It's hard to see the time that we've lost, the missed opportunities. And, you know, as we grapple with and move through that moon energy, there may be periods of time where you do feel that sadness and that grief, but you're such a loving, compassionate spirit that, like I said, you're not interested in revenge. You're not interested in hurting others. And I just want to validate that it's okay. It's okay to feel that grief, that shame, that sadness. Because when we feel it, that's how we're able to allow it to move through us and process. And so just taking it one day at a time and trusting that your higher self, your guides, and the universe have your back, and just trust them. Okay, I know that you want the verification, validation now, that you want to see your full power and potential, but there's an element of protection. You know, you had this parasitic energy that was attached to you because you're so powerful and you're such a bright, shiny light that it kind of like you serve as like a lighthouse, and it can attract, and it attracts both positive and negative. And so right now, they're spoon feeding you back this energy so that then you can have the proper protections in place in order to differentiate between what is a loving, uplifting, positive energy versus like a lower vibrational parasitic type energy. And so right now you're kind of in like this in-between state of getting back your power, but just keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing up for yourself because you're doing all the right things. You made the right decision. That is the most important thing you know right now, is that you made the right decision. And just stick to it and trust it and keep showing up for yourself. And know that everything will be revealed in divine timing, that you will be proven right, and that you are meant for greatness. You are the star. You're the star. And you are simply gathering up that energy and like I said, like this energy of like being spoon-fed to build you back up to your full strength and capacity. Because when we do it that way, your guides have all these protections and like barriers in place. You're like on high security mode right now because they don't want this happening again. And so they're doing it one step at a time to make sure that not only your 3D body can adapt and adjust to this like great, immense power that you are claiming and stepping into, and also so that they can make sure that no other negative entities or I don't want to scare you, but like, you know, just that there are no other kind of energies that are going to try to siphon your power, that they can't get to you. Okay. And so by kind of tuning it up slowly, they're able to protect and control that a little bit better. I want to have just one more card to close out the message for you here. What do we got? Knight of Wands. Okay. The next action that you need to take is going to become very apparent to you. You don't need to think this through. You don't need to plan it all out yourself. You don't need to start, I don't want you to close off either and be afraid of this parasitic energy. Just trust that everything is unfolding as it's meant to, that you do have protections around you, very, very strong protections. There's warrior energies around you that are keeping you safe because you are such an important soul and you're here on a very important mission. And right now is when you are meant to reawaken and reconnect to what that mission is and step into your power. This is all just lessons. This is all part of it. It's okay. And I'm hearing that when you need to take the next step, it will be very, very clear. You don't need to think your way through this one, okay? So don't get stuck in the logical mind. Just let it unfold. Let it unfold and let the information and the instructions come to you. Everything is coming to you. You don't have to work for this, okay? There's like a whole department, all right, on the other side that's working with you through this. And in your dream state, you are working on this as well. In your dream state, you have a much more deeper awareness of what's been going on, and you know that this is big. This is big stuff that you're working on here, guys. And I don't fully see exactly what the whole mission is right now, or I just know that you're stepping into this massive, massive amount of power, that you're meant to be seen and celebrated, and you're meant to share with the world this knowledge and wisdom you have, and that you're very, very intelligent. You're very intelligent and you're able to balance the spiritual and the logical very well. And so I think that the main advice right now is to not get stuck in the logical mind and not try to logic your way through it. Because the way that this is going to unfold and the way that you're going to receive information about how to take the next step is not something that your mind can plan. It's very synchronistic, it's very serendipitous, and part of that is because these lower energies, like all over the planet, are these lower energies that have been controlling humanity and casting illusion over us. And part of how they're able to do that is because we are predictable. Because we make certain decisions and we are a certain way, and it can make us easy to control. And so you can't know too much of the plan right now, because otherwise you're going to start making decisions that will make it predictable and make it obvious for these lower entities. Instead, it's a spoon feeding slowly with breadcrumbs, because that way you keep acting like they can't guess, they can't sabotage, they can't interfere, because they don't know what the next step is. And so you have to allow this information and the next instructions to come through from this Knight of Wands, because thinking and logicking your way through it, it's not enough. This is too big. It's too powerful. Okay, there are, like I said, there's an entire department working on this with you. You have such an important mission that sometimes the mission must be clouded even from yourself, so that you don't behave in a way that is predictable to these lower manipulative energies. I hope that makes sense. So I'd say that right now what's so important is tuning into yourself and tuning into your wisdom and your guides for guidance, rather than like the logical mind. I want you leaning more into that divine feminine, sort of watery, psychic energy. That is where the information is, and that is also where a lot of the power is. And so trusting your intuition, thinking outside of the box, if you have these crazy, outlandish, random pulls that you can't explain but that are just so strong, trust them. Trust them and trust your intuition. All right, and then finally, I got the 9 of coins. So we are stepping into abundance. We are stepping into joy. And, I mean, this is beautiful, this energy that you're moving into. It's just a matter of showing up and allowing, trusting the information when it comes, and knowing that no matter what it looks like on the outside right now, you have this 9 of coins energy, that you are in this garden of abundance and protection and love. All of your needs will be met, not just physically, but also spiritually. So I don't want you to be afraid, because right now, like, the thing that was meant to be feared is gone. You closed that out, you let it go. And that is massive. That's massive. I'm so proud of you. Celebrate that. I think this 9 of coins is also about celebrating where you are and how far you've come, because, like, you got the information from this little birdie that you should leave, that you should walk away, that you should make this decision, and you did it. And you did it, and because you did it is exactly why you're going to be able to move it from the 9 of coins into the 10 of coins. Like I said, one step at a time. There's a divine timing aspect to all of this. And so it's about trust and letting go and remembering that you are the high priestess and you're moving and stepping into the star. You are meant to be seen and celebrated and share your wisdom with the world. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful for you doing the work, for making this decision, even though I'm sure it was not easy. You did it. And because you did it, you're unlocking this whole new energy for yourself and for the world. And it's beautiful and it's amazing. And wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just keep showing up. Keep showing up and keep being you.